What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to do a little bit of physical stuff. Talk about that a bit. We've been doing a lot of technical stuff before, so I'm going to do another little shadow boxing kind of workout. They're going to be based around round times. So if you're in an amateur fight, the rounds are usually 3 minutes long. So we're going to do a 3-minute round, and it's going to be full intensity for the full 3 minutes. So this is great if you, because you can do the kind of circuit training or strength training or whatever, but it's good every now and then to just try and kind of do a fight in terms of physical exercise and see how you fare with your fatigue and stuff like that. You could even push it back to 4 minutes. 5 minutes if you can. Get used to training at 5-minute intervals, and when the fight comes, because the adrenaline is going to tap your energy, so if you're used to training at 5 minutes, it's probably around 3 minutes by the time you add the adrenaline and the kind of nerves and all of the other stuff that comes with it. So we're only going to do 3 minutes today. I'm not going to do the full rounds, I'm just going to do a little bit, because last time my time was broken and I ended up doing
100-hour long rounds.
Long rounds, so I'm just going to show you the exercises, talk a little bit in between the rest periods about things you can do to kind of maximise your potential. So obviously I always do a little warm-up. I'm just kind of doing a loose warm-up at the moment to get my blood flowing. Stretch your arms. This is going to be a shadow boxing workout. And I'm going to use some dumbbells. You can use tins of beans or something like that if you don't have dumbbells. I would recommend, if people are starting to get into it or whatever, start to build your little bag. I mean, you can talk to Igor and everyone, all the competitive group. There's requirements in their bags. Obviously, if you're just training for fun, it's not 100% necessary. We've already talked about the necessary equipment, but a light dumbbell is always a really good thing to have. I'll say as well, don't get something too heavy. I'm using 1.5 kilos and they're just about too heavy for me. I wouldn't go higher than that. I'd probably go down to 1 maybe, because they may seem reasonably light when you pick them up, but if you're doing 3 minutes of boxing, they start to get very heavy after a while. And then the other thing is the skipping rope. So first of all, after you've done your stretch, I would just do a 3-minute warm-up, or actually push it to 5 minutes if you can, of skipping. Okay? Get your blood flowing, and all this is doing is just getting your heart rate used to staying elevated. Because with interval training, your heart rate's going up, it's coming down, you're getting rests and all sorts of stuff. So just keep going. Even if you just do a nice steady pace like this, you could even slow it down if you want. If you start getting tired, slow the skipping down. You could even do 1. You could do 2 feet. You could even do a jump in between if you want. However, whatever is you're comfortable with, but it's important to keep going. If you stop, straight away start. Don't get frustrated if you hit your feet. Just straight away start again. Okay. If you can increase the speed as long as you can. Get your heart rate nice and pumped. Slow it down if you need to. Okay, that's the first thing. So then we're going to do, it's almost interval training. We're going to do 30 seconds of shadow boxing with the dumbbells. And again, this needs to be consistent. You don't need to be going too crazy, but you need to be punching regularly, keeping good form, and just moving all the time. After the 30 seconds, we're going to drop. We're going to do 15 seconds of a conditioning exercise. So it could be push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, lunges, squats, jumps, any of the stuff we've done in the previous videos. Try and do legs, arms, or legs, core, arms, legs, core, arms. Split it up a bit so that you're not getting completely knackered. And then we're going to go straight into 30 seconds without the dumbbells. And then we're going to drop again at the end. Sorry, we're going to do 15 to start, then 30, then 15, then 30, then 15. So it's basically 3 minutes of exercise, okay? So I'm going to do a couple of rounds to demonstrate what it might look like. The rounds are going to be much shorter. I'm just going to do a little bit so that you can see. So I have my dumbbells. You can set the timer up, okay? So I always like to start with the hardest one, which for me is always push-ups. So I'm going to start with push-ups. 15 seconds.
That's 15.
Straight away. Dumbbells. Okay. Okay. Straight away I'm going into squats. Straight away. No dumbbells. If you're not punching the whole time, make sure you stay on your toes, keep moving. Okay, straight away, push up. Sit up, sorry. Okay, you have a 30-second rest. Deep breaths. When you take your rest, try and focus on bringing your heart rate down. This should elevate your heart rate quite high if you're doing it properly. So the goal is, in a fight, you're mimicking the fight. So you want to put everything you have into it. The dumbbells are going to knock you out straight away, so already by the end of the round you're going to be tired. Because that's exactly what happens when you go in. You have all this energy. It takes a while to learn how to keep you cool and keep calm and all that kind of stuff. But for now, we're just trying to bring our heart rate up, burn out a little bit. Once you get to the point where you have your rest, focus, because you only have a few seconds in the corner to bring that heart rate down, especially when you have Igor or Sergio or someone in there screaming at you, what are you doing? Okay, good, gotta get in there, he's going up and
It's exactly like that.
People talking at you, people screaming, guys sitting over there ready to kick your ass. You're ready to go, so you need to take that 30 seconds to focus on what you're doing. Quiet everything down. Relax, breathe in from the stomach. Focus on your heart. Feel it slowing down. Feel it coming back down to earth. When the bell goes for your next round, you should be in a good position. If you don't do that and you just walk around or you take a breather or you keep moving or something like that, when the bell goes, you're going into the round already a little bit tapped out. And it's going to be knackered. You're going to be knackered. So, next round. Again, even if you only have something heavy, just hold them up. Just get used to having your hands up with weight in them. forgot to do my squats at the beginning. Next one I'm going to do lunges. Okay, regular shadow boxing again. Squat jumps. Okay, now another rest. Okay, so the only exercise I've done on the entire lockdown period of these videos, which is very small. So my heart rate is up quite high, but it's very easy to bring it down if you focus on your heart, focus on your breathing, calm, 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 go into it calm, okay? So you get the idea. Just to clarify again, you're going to start with a 5-minute warm-up of skipping, nice and consistent, get your blood pumping after your stretches and your warm-up. Then you're going to start each round with a 15-second conditioning exercise. It can be anything really, squats, you know, all the stuff we've done. So 15 seconds, 30 seconds with the dumbbells, 15 seconds with the
core work.
Sorry, 15 seconds exercises, 30 seconds with the dumbbells, 15 seconds more exercises, 30 seconds without the dumbbells, 15 seconds with another exercise, and that's 2 minutes and 45 seconds or something. It's almost 3 minutes. You can I allowed a few minutes on each side between getting up and stuff like that, so you should be able to time your round for 3-minute rounds, and just go off the 30-second beeps. You can tailor it however you want. There's loads of videos that we've done in the past with exercises and how to shadow box and stuff like that, so if you haven't seen them, go and check them out. You can do as many of these rounds as you want. A normal fight in an amateur boxing ring is either 3 or 4 rounds. So I would try and push for 5 rounds if you can. If you train all the time as if you're doing 5 rounds, if you can do 4-minute rounds, and when the fight comes, it'll be the easy part. So that's all for the exercising stuff. Now we're going to get Ciara out here. We're going to keep going with our stuff. I think last week we mentioned that we hadn't done any work on the body. We also haven't talked about fighting inside, fighting outside, fighting at angles and all that kind of stuff. It's quite difficult to do that with no partners, but we'll give it a shot anyway. So just when you're ready in your stance there, Ciara. Okay. So we just move lightly on your feet there. Get up on your toes. Loosen up. Get ready for kind of jumping in and out. We're going to do shots to the body, so we're going to go in and out again, okay? So you just keep doing that while I have a quick chat with this lot. So, body is very effective. A lot of people just constantly go for the face. If you hammer someone's body, eventually they're going to be expecting that. Everyone guards their head like this. If you just constantly go to the body, especially in the beginning, their arms are going to come down. They're going to start getting sensitive and paranoid. They're going to be watching their body. They're going to be expecting it. And if you can get in and out and then counter with the head, chances are you'll go for the body. They'll drop down to blocker. You can come up the top and you get a good point or two. Even get yourself a count. So, in saying that, a normal punch is like this from here. Boom. Okay. So So we're gonna add the in and out for this. So in your stance, as we've done before, okay, you're hopping. Just thinking about my feet, my weight distribution is going from the forward to the back, but it's not all going forward and back like that. Most of my weight is in the middle, it's centered, it's going into the floor like we discussed, but my energy is propelling me forward and back with the spring in my feet, okay? I'm actually springing backwards, and my back leg is springing me forwards. So I'm springing between those two, but my weight is still centered in the middle. Even though I'm up and down, my weight is still very much centered. I'm not off balance, I'm not falling over. So we're hopping forward and back. Okay? Now, a normal punch to the head from the guard is out. Okay, your fist hits the target when your foot hits the ground. Boom, and back again. Boom, back again. Boom, back again. Boom, back again. Okay, so just want to practice this beside me here. I'm going to talk to the camera and you just keep doing what I'm doing, and then we'll have a look at you. So, hopping when you're ready. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so you keep going there. So we're still turning the hip. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, turn each time we jump. Turn. Okay. Okay. That's the in and out. You're turning your hips as you jump. Good. So, I just noticed in there that you're doing this. Step, 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 step. Yep. What we want to see is more of a hop out rather than this. So get into the rhythm of it. You don't have to jump a huge distance, but just get used to the bouncing. Yeah. Just for now, I just want you to keep bouncing forward and back. Just get used to that hopping motion. I don't like your skipping, but it's another reason why skipping is good. Okay. So from there, on your forward run, don't worry about moving for now. Just get used to the feeling. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Hopping again for a while. Good. Again. It's alright, don't worry, just don't get frustrated, just stay calm. Start bouncing again when you're ready. You'll hop. Yeah, it's alright, just reset. Okay, so Ciara, you're just going to keep practicing that for a sec. So it's the same principle, but this time we're going to go for the body. So I'll punch to the body. What can go wrong here? People go down like this, they put their head up like that, and they're basically just sitting there ready to be smacked. It's important that you keep your guard nice and tight, keep your chin tucked, keep your shoulder up just like with all the other punches, okay? Keep your guard nice and tight. It's the same thing but you're going down, okay? So you're going down, you're bending the hips, you're turning inwards, and your body is kind of going forward as if you were slipping. Punch, okay? You're slipping, but as you're slipping forward, your hand is coming out onto the target, you go straight under. So if you look at my body, my hand's still going over like that. Okay. And you're striking in the gut or the solar plexus. And it should be sharp and snappy, just like that, up here. Okay. So it's like you're fencing. Imagine you're a sword fighter, a left-handed one. And you're trying to fence with your partner, ching, 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 and then you're going in for the stab. You're stabbing him, stabbing him in the belly. So it's a stabbing motion. Think like you have a sword in your hand. You're stabbing them with that sword, but it's your fist. Okay, so same thing again here. Let's take a look. Nice and relaxed. Don't get frustrated.
You know I will.
In your own time, hopping back and forth to start. Whenever you're ready, just try one at a time. Okay. Still stepping. Hop, hop. Even just on the spot. Just nice and relaxed. Just get used to going from one foot to the other foot. Get used to it. There we go.
My lead was wrong and right coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, so from here, so Ciara's got the hop down in the beginning, but it is quite confusing to get from here to switch your brain to moving out of the rhythm of hopping, because you're in a rhythm when you're hopping like this. You're in a rhythm, you're feeling the rhythm, and you have to, in time with the rhythm, use the momentum to get out. Boom, out like you're dancing. Oh, okay. So you're just, the rhythm is going back and forth. All you're doing is slightly moving it out, and then you're going back to your original rhythm. So for that, I would reduce the step. Reduce the step to almost nothing. So all you're doing is this, on the spot, hopping back and forth. And actually don't worry about your guard. Put this hand down and just get used to pushing that hand out on the
Oh, it's teeny little step. Okay.
well, like just even no step. But just get used to your leg and your arm moving. Even drop your other arm. Drop your other arm.
Never get it back.
Just yeah, no, it's still too much. Just yeah.
Okay.
Yes, perfect. That was good. 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 Okay, but now what you're doing is this.
Too much. And lifting it up. Okay.
Yeah. So you want both feet to be doing it, but it's better. You can see the brain is starting to kind of get the memory of that feeling. So yeah. Good. Okay. Okay, you're going back to stepping now. Nice and light on your toes. Good. Good. Okay, even you're still taking quite a large step. So the size of the step is not necessarily important in this, at this stage. What's important is that your motion and your energy charge distribution is correct, no matter, even if there's no movement at all. So especially if you're a parent and you're trying to teach someone this, I wouldn't emphasize so much on moving in the beginning, moving out and in. Okay, so in the beginning, the first step is just hopping back and forth. Now, if you're skipping, this is why skipping is so beneficial, because it's the exact motion. So if I'm skipping like this, right, make sure you can see. So at the moment, I'm using both feet at the same time, okay? Now I'm going from one foot to the other foot. And I'm going bounce, 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 bounce. But I'm actually using both my feet, but my weight is going foot, 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 foot. And it's that rhythm that we're going to try and get into. Okay? So if I'm in my stance, this is essentially what I'm doing when I'm boxing. Okay? Boom. 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 Okay, so it's bouncing forward and back. So when you're starting, just get used to that moving forward, like I said. Don't even think about moving at all, just forward and back. The next thing is to get your arm to extend at the correct time to hit the target when your foot is doing it. So if I'm not moving and I'm going forward and back, all that looks like is this. I'm not worrying about punching, I'm just getting my brain used to feeling it. Okay, so my hand is going out when my foot is on the left at the exact time, almost like somebody said, right, go jump forward and back on your feet, and when your leading foot touches the ground, I want you to push the bell. Okay, so you're doing that. Bounce, 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 ding, 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 ding. Still too much. Reduce it right down. Okay, so you're getting used to that connection with your foot and your hand. Okay, ding, ding, has to be exactly the same time. Good. Yeah. Another thing with muscle memory is that it's like smelling. You can saturate your body because the memory's not there yet, so it gets flooded. So it pays to when you get a good one. So you get a good rhythm, and then you mess it up again. Okay. That just means just stop, take a little walk around, reset your mind for a second, look at the nice view, and when you're ready, start from the bottom again. Get your rhythm down, get your hand down, ding, ding. Once you have that, bring in your guard, start focusing more, ding, ding, okay? Build it up slowly. It takes a while to train your body to get the right feeling. Once you have that rhythm down and everything's fine, then you can start sharpening it up a bit, okay? But a punch to the body, it's super important that you have this part of it down because you're exposing yourself a lot more. You're going to be way closer, you're going to be way lower. If you're going in from the body, say if Ciara's trying to just throw a body punch there, if Ciara is throwing a body punch and she's not got it correct, and I'm out of distance, she's now in perfect range for me. I don't even have to do anything. I can just go straight in and get her. So it's important that you have this down first. Boom, okay? Then you compact your stance, okay? You get used to it, and then boom, stabbing with the sword in there, okay?
Still not right.
That's okay, we'll keep practicing that. So we're just going to move a little bit for the body punch. We talked about that. We might give it a break. Maybe next week we'll come back and have another look at it. Ciara's going to practice it at home.
I don't mind doing it.
And what?
I don't mind doing it if you want.
Oh, we'll maybe come back to it. I just want to get onto the punch because we're going to be doing punches to the head. So for punch to the body, again, make sure that we have it right. If we forget about the step for a sec, we're still doing the turn, we're still doing everything that we do for a normal punch. The only difference is this time we're coming in, coming down like a slip on the angle. Our shoulders coming up from here, and we're stabbing into the body and out again. Okay. It's really important that you tuck that chin in and keep that head down and keep your guard up. Because then if they come over the top, they're going to get you on the top of the head, that's a foul. Or the back of the head, they get disqualified. So just have a go at that from your stance.
Do we bounce or just go?
If you can add the bounce, yeah, I would do it because it's just, yeah, it's better. Don't worry too much about it. For now you're trying to get the...
So you essentially want this.
Yep. Just going to see if I can find a wee... I've just mowed the lawns down here, so all my tools are gone.
Your high-tech, super expensive tools.
Yeah.
There's a feather.
Right. Yeah, no, I need something long. It's alright. Okay, so again. Good, okay. Just when you go out there, just stop. Okay. Good, turn your hand down. Very good, head down. Okay. Yeah, she's gone in. Okay, out again. Yeah.
We're just going to move the camera for a sec.
Sorry about that.
No,
You're all right.
How are you doing?
Hey, bud. Come on, Ella. Get up.
Okay, straight away again. This time in and out. Think about your sword. Good.
Stop.
Keep going. Just keep going around again, but take a bit of time between each one. Okay, so what you're doing here is this.
Flinging my arm out.
You're just doing this, okay?
Okay.
So we need you to, that's why the movement is so important. It needs to be, even if it's a little bit, I want to see that in out motion, okay? Keep going. Good. Okay, so you've got both parts correct, but they're not working
matched
together.
together.
Yeah. So you can see it's quite difficult. You know, it's one thing to go in and out and punch, in and out, in and out, in and out when you're on the same level. To get in under somebody and get in for a body shot, very effective. I've put people down. I've never actually put someone down with a headshot, but body shots in myself as well. I've never been knocked out, but I've been knocked out from the body many times. You only need a tiny little punch here and you'll be flattened. So we're just going to go back again to the hopping, because I think that's going to be the most important thing. We're going to pare it back and talk about that. If we don't get to the next stage today, we can do it next week. So just back to this. We want to get this down before we move on to the next thing. So straight back to your hopping. Again, don't worry about the body punch for now. We're just hopping back and forth. Okay. So I'll just hop forward and then back. Don't do anything. Yeah. Good. Good. Good.
I'm putting loads of extra.
No, that's good. That's good. Just keep. That's exactly right. Keep doing that.
Now I've lost it. Lost it.
That's all right. If you lose it, just go back to this on the spot. Okay, so once you've got the hop, all I want you to do, don't do anything with your arms. I just want you to turn your hips, right? So see my feet, right? They're not moving at all. You're on the spot. They're just moving left. My weight is moving, but I'm not doing this. Okay? I'm not moving forward and back. I'm just doing this on the spot. All I want you to do from here is go. Okay? Yeah. Good, perfect. Okay, just on the spot in between, nice and loose, and then turn. Good, again. Good. 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 That's great. Keep going. Keep getting used to that. Can you see how much you're moving forward and back and you're not even moving?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because my instinct in something like that would take a big jump forward.
Exactly.
Which is ridiculous.
The movement is not coming from you stepping forward. It's coming from your weight distribution, your hips, your arm. And in terms of actual movement for my feet, when I'm going in for the thing, I may only move this much. But if we're boxing, if I'm boxing Ciara, and I've been testing my distance from here, okay? So I know Ciara is about this far out of my reach, okay? Now, I could sneakily move my foot a little bit closer underneath to get myself that edge. I'm leaning back a bit so that she doesn't realize I've gained any distance. Now, I only need to make that much of a difference with my body shot, okay? I've got my distance sorted. I'm just going to do it here so I don't hit you.
No, you can't.
I can hit you.
You won't tell me what you can do here.
No, because I'm going to go in, so I don't want the social distancing and whatnot, you know. But I want you to stand here so they can see where it is. So you stay on that line. So Ciara's on the line. My distance from her is about this far out. Okay, I know that's my distance. I'm checking it the whole time. As I'm hopping forward, I'm sneaking a little bit forward. I might be leaning back a bit, whatever.
I'm not paying attention at all, apparently.
While I'm distracting her with my annoying fist in the face. All I'm doing is boom underneath. It's a tiny movement, but because I know my distance, I've checked my distance. I'm here, boom underneath. I've got her. It may not be enough to put her down, but it'll be enough to make her realize that I'm going for the body. A few more of them each time. Okay, maybe I'll go up. I'll go around. I'll check and then get in the body. Eventually she's going to get used to that. She's going to come down. She's going to be expecting it. She might get a bit sensitive there. Her arms are going to drop. Next time I'm going to pretend I'm going in again. Boom, but I'm going to go up the top. This kind of tactics is how you put it all together. All these little things, it's about outsmarting your opponent, making them think you're going to do one thing and another thing. So the point of that is that I'm not moving like this when I'm punching. I'm actually not moving really at all with my feet. It might be a slight pop forward. Boom, boom, okay? this much maybe. Boom. But because my hips have turned, my body is gone down on the angle, and my arm is fully extended, that small step translates to half a foot in distance, okay? So we'll come back again, same thing. All we're doing is not moving, we're not stepping, we're hopping back and forth, and then turn the hips, turn the hips, turn the hips. Okay, now just from there, just doing the turn the hips, don't move. I just want you to start touching the bell with the hip turn. Okay, turn the hips and touch the bell. Don't even think about a punch or a form or anything like that. You're still forward and back. Weight on the forward, back, turn the hips. Touch the bell. Okay, so now we're building on this. Okay, we're adding things to our brain slowly so that it can process them all. Okay, now guard up. Same thing. Close your fists. Okay, now we'll try and go for a body one as well. So
Okay.
same thing, we're just going a little bit lower. Don't think too much about it, we're just going to see if we can get there, just so that we can see how building it can make a difference. So start with the hips, then when you're ready, go up and up and up, and then right, you're stepping way out now. So start with the back and forth, keep your guard up, start from the bottom. Start with the hip, add one thing each time, add the punch, then go for the body once you're at the bottom, once the thing, okay? Almost, that's alright. So each time we're going to do 2 or 3 in each section, okay? So start from here. Then 1, 2, 3, okay? Whenever you're ready. 1, 2, 3, okay? And then the punch. 1, 2, 3. I'm not thinking about my guard or anything like that. Then 1, 2, 3, okay? So each time we're going to slow it right down. Doesn't have to be 3, it can be 4, it can be 2. Just whenever you feel like you have a good rhythm. No. Start from here. 1, 2. Just get nice and loose on your feet there. Yep. Each time you're going to have it, you start right from the beginning again. Good, almost.
That's very common.
Okay, so I think we'll leave it there. I don't want to do too much and get confusing. So just the takeaways from this, just to recap. So we did that little burnout at the beginning. That's just so that in case some people may be watching this more for a fitness thing. I think we've been getting more technical lately, which is good. Hopefully, people have been taking something from it. So.
Yes, don't short your leading jab like Ciara.
So training wise, try and do a couple of fight length sessions. Increase if you can, an extra minute or however much you feel comfortable with, so that you're training yourself to expect more than the fight. Then in terms of today for our technical stuff, it's the in and out. So we're going to work on the body, we're going to get to the body. we'll start doing a few other things, but it's really important that we get the other stuff down perfectly. So if you're doing it at home, don't move on too quickly. If you're stuck on something, slow it right down. So we started this off wanting to do the body. It's okay if we don't get there. It's not a race. Nobody's in a rush to get anywhere. Okay, so if your goal is to get a good body shot, then it has to start from the feet, and it has to start from the weight, the energy distribution, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so nice and light on your feet, pare it back, just get used to the weight distribution, get used to the feeling, train your brain step by step. Don't like swamp it with too much stuff. Okay, start at the base, get your muscle memory building step by step. So we have the foot and the hip, okay, then the arm and the timing with the foot, tap, tap, get used to it, tap, okay, then bring in your guard, get used to the sharpness of it, boom, okay, and then maybe next week we'll move into getting onto the body. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next week. Let us know if there's any questions or anything like that, and see you soon.